I feel like I'm gonna throw up right now.
Cute.
Hi. Welcome to my trauma. Let's start from when I was birthed. I can't remember that long ago. I'll start from my earliest memory, which is, I think I was like 4, and I was in my room, and I had like one of those racetrack carpets, right? And I pissed in a cup because I didn't want to go use the toilet because I was afraid of it. And then my dad came in and yelled at me, and I still think about it to this day. Oh, very vivid memories that there was a Thomas Tank Engine pillow on that rug too. My room was dark also, and he opened the door and just the light poured in, and I started crying. I don't know, this is like the first thing I can remember. Next traumatizing experience is when I was with my mom, my aunt, and I think that was it. We were in someplace in like New Mexico, and our car broke down in the middle of the desert, and I started crying, and they just changed the tire, and I remember I needed to piss really bad, but I didn't want to go outside because I'm like, what if someone sees me when we're in the middle of the desert? No one is gonna see me. So basically vacationing in Mexico before my father went bankrupt. That's a more traumatizing experience that I can get into later. So my dad had the sand car, right? And he built it to go new, and he always made me ride in the front seat, and I was like 7. I am terrified of fast things. It had no doors, no windows, just like those metal bars and like straps. This thing like easily went like over 100 miles per hour, and it was loud. And he would do it, and I would start crying my eyes out just in Mexico as he's just going down the dirt road almost hitting people, and I'm just crying my eyes out as my mom's in the backseat. And my father still makes fun of me for it. I'm like, don't joke about that. He's like, what, are you scared of going too fast? I'm like, yes, I'm scared of going too fast. Next trauma. Okay, so this is probably when I was like 8, 9 maybe, I can't remember. I was with my my one grandma, and she lived up in the mountains kind of, and in like a trailer. And so she had like this garden at the bottom of, cause she like lived in like up on a hill, and then it like went down and then went back up. And so we were just down there like playing in her vegetable garden, and she's like this frail like 70-year-old woman with bright red hair. All of a sudden there's just this giant moose like 20 feet away from us, and we're just like, oh shit. And I think about it to this day because it broke into her like, so like we run up the hill, it's like right behind us, we get inside and it like just busts into like her chain link fence and like crushes it. And that's the only memory I have of this woman. 5th grade, there was this experience where we had like, so our teacher left and we just had a sub, Miss B, and so she had us for the rest of the year, and we grew to like her. But one time, I don't even remember what I did, but she was like, okay, you gotta move your clip down on this thing from good to not having a good day. And I just totally lost it. I started breaking down in the middle of my 5th grade classroom in like the corner of like the little reading section. And I think about it to this day for some reason, because I just remember my friend just staring at me and being like, get up. No, 7th grade, I do remember now. It was during Halloween. I was a weeaboo, and I decided to cosplay Undertaker from Black Butler. And I remember vividly just walking down the hallways with my like school computer and my textbooks, because we weren't allowed to carry backpacks for some reason. And this guy just snatching my Undertaker wig off, which was ratty as fuck, and I almost lost it. Like, it was at the end of the day too, but he just like took it off, and so I was just wigless walking down the hallways and like with Sharpie on my face, because I couldn't do makeup back then. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do Sharpie on my face, and I mean it came off, but 8th grade, did Metaton for Halloween. Girl called me cakey. I got over it. Do I still think about that girl sometimes because I'm still cakey? Yes. So I had severe anxiety, and I did not want to go to my graduation. Plus, Phoenix Comic Con was happening this year, so I was like, alas, I am not going to my 8th grade graduation because I want to go to Comic Con with this, money that we've already spent on buying tickets and paying for a hotel room with my friend and his mom. And so we're like, okay, my mom's like, okay, that's fine. You can do that. You can go, i.e. it's 8th grade, no one's gonna remember. And so I'm like, thank you, Mom. My dad freaks out and he's like, I don't have a son. he realizes his mistakes and like, oh wait, I didn't mean it like that. But that's not the point. I love my father very much. He did not mean it. It's okay. There was anime club. I did not take part, well I did, for 2 sessions. It was run by the weeaboos of my school, and so I went and attended, and they were known as the weeaboos. The first time, we got yelled at in a hallway for no reason. Well, there was a reason. People were being loud, but me and my friend were not. Second time, they were like talking about yaoi. And then so we stopped going. And the teacher who was doing it did not like them because they were very mean to her. And then when she said, I don't want to host the club anymore because you guys are rude, they called her very nasty words on a post-it note and posted it on her door. So we don't stand them. Oh, freshman year, my friend made me do an entire project and only paid me $20 to do that. No, she didn't pay me. That's illegal. But I did an entire project by myself, and it was awful and terrible, and I never want to do it again. Marketing scarred me. French. It traumatized me to this day, and I still enjoy it. But those speaking tests that I've had to do, I've never been in so much fear for my life every time we did them, because the room would be completely silent and everyone would just be sitting there like at their desks like, and she would just speak to us and be like, okay, say your stuff in French, and we'd just be like really quietly, and if we mess up everyone heard. Or we'd be like at her desk and talking to her and everyone would hear, and it was just the worst. Friend group broke up twice. It was in freshman year and then sophomore year. That was a wild ride, and I sat there on the sidelines watching it go down. Chemistry also scarred me. That class. My teacher said that she was going into purgatory. Don't know if I should mention that. No, I don't think I should. Now we're going into present. Just yesterday, Thanksgiving, I was with my sister and her kids. I'm in the car, we're about to leave. And they just come running out, and keep in mind, one is 5, one is 3, they come out screaming, "Boomer!" And they're screaming, "You are a boomer! Garrett, you're a boomer! You're a boomer! You're bald because you're a boomer!" I'm not bald, I have very much a lot of hair, and I'm just sitting there, it's like 8:30 at night, I am very tired. I just had to deal with a lot of people, and now these children are calling me a boomer for no reason whatsoever. I was being bullied in the back of the car, and my sister was just laughing. Just laughing. Not helping. 2 weekends ago, maybe 3 weekends ago, I just sit through a car movie, which was fine, I enjoyed it, but I know nothing about cars. I'm not a car person, but alas, I had to see a man burst into flames for no reason. That was traumatizing. There was the time where I started a new school. I had a breakdown about it. First day I'm in. Then I go back to my old school 2 days after attending that school. But I was traumatized by my English teacher at that new school. He is a scaly. Oh, there's this thing where at my school all the doors are locked, and one time, this happened like within the last week, I had to stand outside the door for 10 minutes because no one would come and open it, and then finally, when someone opened it, was the one who opened it, because my art teacher just looked through the window and pointed to the handle, and because her door is broken, I was like, last year, part of freshman year, we got so many school shooting calls, no one paid attention for a little bit. There was this time in like 2nd grade, I was going to let my dog out and she ran past me, knocked me down, and I sprained my ankle, and I started crying just in the middle of the desert because I had to let her out and go pee. And my dad found me like 5 minutes later just crying on the sand like with a cactus stuck in my foot while it sprained, like twisted weird. And I had to wear like a brace for like a whole ass dead ass like 3 months. So one time I was hanging off the edge of my parents' bed like with my head like back, and my dog, she's dead now, her name was Emily, and she had like a very like fast tail that was really hard. It cut my eyebrow open right across here, and I started bleeding from it. I didn't have to get stitches, but like it was a giant cut that just because of her tail hit me on the Oh, there's this time where I like tried making one of those mini pies in my mom's house and no one was home, and so I took it out of the microwave thinking me that, you know, I just microwaved this mini pie for 11 minutes to cook it. It wouldn't be hot. I pick it up, I freak out because it's hot. The inside spilled all over my hand, and yeah, so I burned my hand with like, it was scalding hot berries from this mini pie. Alas, good night.